Hello. We are doing a review of our session 3 this week, which is all about joyful space, making space in the back of the throat, because your throat for singing and speaking is your portal. This is where your beautiful, warm, rich sound comes out. If your throat is not open and expanded, then a lot of that sound is going to get bottled up, maybe go up through your nose. So we really want a very nice, expanded, open throat, open portal. Okay, so let's first start with our first concept, which is an inaudible breath, a soft, quiet inhale. So what I mean by that is we don't want I'm breathing like this, because do you see this? How tight I am? I'm breathing in. We don't want that. We don't want any tension. We want a soft, completely silent breath. Let's practice that. You're going to align, expand the ribs, and keep that suspension as you inhale with no sound. Soft. Try it again. And as you do that, you're going to find that the back of that throat, you can feel it opening up. It's a natural thing that happens. So let's try that again. Feel the throat expanding horizontally. Now you'll notice I'm lifting my cheeks slightly. This also helps to get that throat open in the back, right? So let's try that again. Prep and breathe. Now, what you'll also feel is that soft palate, the dome at the top in the back of your throat is your soft palate. Now, that's where that little uvula hangs down. You want that also to pull up and expand so that you're really creating a large domed portal in the back of that throat, right? The pharyngeal walls, the side walls are expanding. The soft palate is lifting. Everything is opening up. Now, what we did just now in breathing was a sort of vertical and horizontal feeling. Let's try that again and feel this. Okay, vertical and horizontal expansion. Try again. With practice, you will get the feel of that. You will start to know when that throat is in the right place, expanded and open. So the silent inhale, soft. That's very important. Practice that. It gets a little trickier when you're singing lyrics and you have to breathe faster, but this is a learned pattern that you need to practice. Second concept with this, opening the throat, is an easy way to think of lifting that soft palate is to do a yawn, a fake yawn. Let's try that. Do a fake yawn. Ah. Now what I did was, as I inhaled, I first opened the back of the throat before I even initiated the yawn. Let's try it. Ah. Now what you want with this yawn is to be able to look in the mirror, and I want you to do this as your homework. Look in the mirror and make sure that you can see a clear path to the back of the throat. If you can't, that means that the base of the tongue is lifted up in the back, blocking, or that you are not fully opening and expanding that throat in the back. So I don't know if you can see it with me. There's not a good enough light, but ah. Tongue goes down, base of the tongue goes down, soft palate lifts, right? Let's do a couple more yawns with an ah. Open. Ah. That should really get you the feeling of all that throat in the back expanding. The yawn. Practice that. And the third thing that we're going to talk about, and that we did work on Tuesday, is the internal smile, I call it. So as you are breathing in, you're lifting slightly here, and you're feeling that in the back of that throat, as you inhale, You're smiling. You're creating a smile in the back of the throat that will help that widen out in a horizontal way. It will also help to lift that soft palate. So let's try the internal smile. Here we go. Another thing this does for you, it lowers the larynx. And you want the larynx to be in that lowered or just neutral position so that it's not jamming up and throttling down your sound. Let's try that and feel how that descends. Do you feel that? How that larynx descends when you do that, the internal smile? So let's do the internal smile with an ah, okay? So we're going to breathe in. Ah. A nice pure tone. If your throat is not open and you are pressing down with that soft palate or pressing in with the pharyngeal walls, you're going to get a scratchy tone. Ah, it's all squished down. It's pressed down. We don't want that. We want ah, nice, pure, open, warm tone. So practice with silent, inaudible, soft inhale. As you do that, you are opening. Think of yawning. Ah. Think of that smile in the back, the invisible smile that's opening the walls of the throat. So let's just practice for a minute. Let's do downtown. Okay? Practicing as you breathe, you inhale, you open, right? Okay, here we go. When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When you've got worries, all the noise and the hurry seem to help, I know. Downtown. See how that works? Now, I was overdoing it a little bit just for example, but as you get the feeling of inhaling and opening at the same time, they both go together. That's your trigger. I'm inhaling. I'm opening, right? So, these are great concepts. Silent inhale, yawning, the feeling of yawning, and invisible smile in the back. I hope you've enjoyed this and keep practicing, and I will see you next week. Thanks for being here.